going to tackle about the Battle of Mactan. On Friday, April 26, Zula, a chief of the island of Mactan, sent one of his sons to present 2 goats to the Captain General, and to say that he would send him all that he had promised, but that he had not been able to send it to him because of the other chief, si Lapu-Lapu, who refused to obey the king of Spania. He requested the captain to send him only 1 boatload of men on the next night, so that they might help him and fight against the other chief. The Captain General decided to go there with 3 boatloads. We begged him repeatedly not to go, but he, like a good shepherd, refused to abandon his flock. At midnight, 60 men of us set out armed with corslets and helmets, together with the Christian king, the prince, some of the chief men, and 20 or 30 balanguas. We reached Mactan 3 hours before dawn. The captain did not wish to fight then, but sent a message to the natives by the Moro to the effect that if they would obey the king of Spania, recognize the Christian king as their sovereign, and pay us our tribute, he would be their friend, but that, if they wish otherwise, they should wait to see how lances wounded. When morning came, 49 of us leaped into water up to our thighs, and walked through water for more than 2 crossbow flights before we could reach the shore. The boats could not approach nearer because of certain rocks in the water. When they saw us, they charged down upon us with exceeding loud cries, 2 divisions on our flanks and the other on our front. When the captain saw that, he formed us into 2 divisions, and thus did we begin to fight. The musketeers and crossbowmen shot from a distance for about a half hour, but uselessly, for the shots only passed through the shields, which were made of tin wood, and the arms of the bearers. The captain cried to them, cease firing, but his order was not at all heeded. They shot so many arrows at us, and hurled so many bamboo spears, some of them tipped with iron, and the Captain General, besides, pointed stakes hardened with fire, stones, and mud, that we could scarcely defend ourselves. Seeing that, the Captain General sent some men to burn their houses in order to terrify them.
When they saw their houses burning, they were roused to a greater fury. 2 of Ferdinand Magellan's men were killed near the houses, while the other men burned 20 or 30 houses. Many of them charged down upon. By that they shoot the captain through the right leg with a poisoned arrow on it. At that moment, Ferdinand Magellan ordered his men to retire slowly, but the men took to fight. The mortars in the boats couldn't aid the wounded persons because the boats was far away from them. So they continued to retire for more than a good crossbow fight from the shore, fighting up to the knees of the opponents fell in the ground. The natives continued to pursue them, and picking up the same spear 4 or 6 times, hurled it at the rival again and again. An Indian hurled a bamboo spear in the captain's face, but the latter immediately killed him with his lance, which made his left in the Indian's body. Trying to lay hand on the sword, he could draw it out, but only halfway, because he had been wounded in the arm with a bamboo spear. When the natives saw that, they all hurled themselves upon him. One of them wounded him on the right leg, cutlass, which resembles a scimitar, only being larger. This gives the captain to fall face downwards, when immediately they rush upon with iron and bamboo spears and with their cutlasses, until they killed the Magellan. Antonio Pigapita describes Magellans as their mirror, their light, their comfort, and their true guide. When they wounded Magellan, they returned back many times to say that all of them were in the boats. Thereupon, beholding Magellan's dead, his filaments were wounded, retreated as the best they came back to their boats, which means they were already falling off.
Among the other virtues which he possessed, he was more constant than ever anyone else in the greatest of adversity. He endured hunger better than all the others, and more accurately than any man in the world did he understand sea charts and navigation. And that this was the truth was seen openly, for no other had so much natural talent, nor the boldness to learn how to circumnavigate the world as he had almost done. The battle was fought on Saturday, April 27, 1521. The captain desired to fight on Saturday because it was the day especially holy to him. If our men were killed with him in that battle, and for Indians who had become Christians and who had come afterward to aid us were killed by the mounters of the boats. Of the enemy, only 15 were killed, while many of us were wounded. In the afternoon, the Christian king sent a message with our consent to the people of Mactan, to the effect that if they would give us the captain and other men who had been killed, we would give them as much merchandise as they wished. They answered that they would not give up such a man as we imagined they would do, and they would not give him for all the riches in the world, but that they intended to keep him as a memorial. If you want to know more about the history of Lapu-Lapu, watch the 28-minute video below taken eyewitness of GMA News as narrated by J. Tarok. Thank you and God bless us all.